Alright, what's up, Dragon Brood? Today we're going to be playing some Phyrexian Obliterator and multiple Shieldreds, and we're just going to be trying to do as much as we can on the mid-range value cycle of Golgari. But before we do that, don't forget, if you want to buy any cards for today's deck or any other game stuff, remember to go to CoolStuffInc.com. You can use code DRAGON, that'll save you 5% at checkout. And Cool Stuff Inc. always has cool stuff in stock. Alright, now hopping into this list, one of the cards that really spawned this whole idea for me was Urborg Scavengers. And I kind of had this list sitting around and I saw some other people talking about it on Twitter, so I figured I'm going to bust mine out and give it a go because I think we're all playing mostly the same cards. But Urborg Scavengers in a lot of ways kind of let you make your own Atraxa if you're able to keep this out of the graveyard, because it gets all the abilities of any card you remove with it, and it gets a +1/+1 every time you remove a card from the graveyard when it enters the battlefield or attacks. This card is really, really neat, and if you haven't played it, you probably should. Alongside that, we are going to be playing some Graveyard Trespassers, so we're going to make it really hard on any decks that are trying to play stuff out of the graveyard. Obviously, they can still sneak around it, but we're going to make them work for it. Some of our other favorite cards today, we're going to get to play with Glissa Sunslayer, because this just does a lot of things, and Death Touch First Strike is really nice. We're also going to be playing, like we said, the Phyrexian Obliterator, which is super good, and against Mono Red, this is kind of a win if you can just gum up the board a little bit. We're obviously going to be playing Sheoldred the Apocalypse because, well, the card's still good, and we are playing mid-rangey Golgari, so it's in. And the other Sheoldred. I was going to say bigger Sheoldred, but they're kind of the same size. One just costs 5 mana. But this is good against Planeswalkers, and because we're going to kill so many things on the opponent's side, there's a chance we are going to get to flip this over and get to do some silly things. We're also going to be playing Gix's Command because there are a fair amount of soldier decks and whatnot running around, so we want some answers for that. And Terra Sunder, because we're a super big fan of this card. Kind of a catch-all removal for a whole bunch of things. And one of the other cards that we haven't played a lot with that I do want to give a look to is Phyrexian Arena. It's a great way to get extra cards in our hand, and we do have stuff like Sheoldred, even Gix's Command that can get us life in a pinch, and the Graveyard Trespasser, so shouldn't hurt us too much. And we're going to be playing Bushwhack, because we're playing Obliterators, so we want a chance to get rid of our opponent's stuff, right? But other than that, it's just going to be some removal and just having some fun. So, again, as always, if you want to get the deck list, it's going to be at the end of the video. We're going to talk about what we learned from playing the games. If you want to get it, just download it. It's down in the description below. And remember, if you're going to get any of these cards, hit up CoolStuffInc.com. Use code DRAGON, and you'll save 5% at checkout. Y'all go enjoy these games, and remember to hit that like, subscribe, and all that fun stuff so you can get these crazy decks. See you on the other side. We're going to keep this. This is kind of funny, though, because, and these are situations I assume might happen, where, okay, well, maybe we don't need to do it now. I was going to say where, like, you end up using a forest to get bushwhacks so you can get more swamps, but then, like, this still can't be cast on time, which is kind of funny. Oh, this is going to be a domain deck. I don't know if we can beat domain with this. I mean, I guess there's some reality where that's possible, but it feels like it's going to be very difficult. Alright, first thing to get exiled. Nope, just Invasion isn't a card. No exiling yet. What are they going to get? Alright, they still only have one white land, so that's kind of good. I might be walking into their trap here, but I'm down. I'm your Huckleberry. Ooh, that's not terrible, but I think I'm just going to go with Sheoldred. Go for the bigger money here. Alright. I mean, they probably still have some type of sweeper, because you just go land Sunfall here. We see that a lot. But they didn't instantly do it, which means they may not actually have it, which is a little bit surprising. I mean, is this also Atraxa time? Could be here, yeah. Oh. That's not a bad one. Respect. Yep. That's good stuff. Ooh, we're going to get to do some fighting shenanigans here. Here comes Obliterator. And Obliterator definitely has a penchant to fight angels. If I were them, I might sacrifice the battle as one of your cards. Yeah, exactly, so you can keep all your mana. Alright. I was actually thinking about playing Phyrexian Arena there to get us some more value in this matchup, especially with Shieldred out. But, you know, you do what you gotta do. Intriguing. We'll go with this. Attack. Yeah, we're getting extra cards. We probably don't need that. I mean, I just say that, and we're probably going to get Sunfalled here, but meh. We know the score. I wasn't just going to just leave Shieldred out there. Nope, it's another Angel. Alright, well. It was nice knowing you, Glissa. I was hoping maybe, just maybe, she would get to unlock a thing. But we can still find Terra Sunder, right? Nope, we cannot. That's just not a thing, apparently. Alright, well, we're going to do some fighting. And attacking. Okay. Now we are just on Shieldred all by our lonesome. I mean, okay, it was only a matter of time till that showed up. And there's a herd migration. Alright, what can we do with this? They didn't get a herd... Well, they could play herd migration next turn still. Okay, what do we got in the yard? We only have Glissas. Our other dude's locked up, so we don't get that. Ossification probably gets played on this. What does this cost? Costs 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So they can play Ossification and Terra Stomper. We do this. So opponent has to sacrifice a thing. And then we just return creatures, I guess. I mean, the opponent won't know that we're not playing a Glissa that we just picked up, but that feels like the best value, if you want to say that, like knowing that Ossification's incoming. And if we unlock the Obliterator, then I can just bushwhack something. Alright, we knew Ossification was one half of this equation. What's the other thing they're going to play, though? Okay, so they did just have the herd migration. Is what it is, then. Sure, we're going to attack, because why not? Sure? I mean... I don't know if the opponent understood how that worked, because we have First Strike and Death Touch. We are going to get rid of that Atraxa, though, so we don't have to see that again. And, end the turn. We have all the Glissas in the world, so that's good news. Them getting to play an extra land here doesn't matter too much. Topiary Stomper does actually make the Graveyard Trespasser unhappy. So there's that. Sure, we just take it. I mean, we're at 28. We don't care. That don't mean make us know never mind, as they say. Oh, wasn't that cute? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have lots of options here. Let's just attack with this. Assuming we're just finally wising up the single block. That makes sense. I'm going to go ahead and go with this because opponent has a pile of things in their yard, so we could flip this next turn if we want to. Oh no, they only have 7. Well, they're about to sack a thing. Okay, so they have 8 things now. And that's definitely more than lethal on board, so we will just end the turn here. If they do sweep the board, we have Shieldred plus another Glissa, so that should make things alright. Alright, another herd migration, so be it. Sure. I actually have a target for cut down. Yay us. That's also neat. I think I'm just going to go with this, because we never get to use it. So just for show, let's use the backside here. For each opponent, destroy up to one target creature and or planeswalker. I guess we just get rid of one of these. Target number of creatures or planeswalkers controlled by... Okay, that's all we can do. Alright. And then, I guess... we keep the opponent from getting stuff here. I guess we just play Shielder and just try to end things. Attack with Glissa. I mean, they have to block with 4 things. I don't know if the opponent knows that, but okay. Alright. No more Atraxas, please. Uh-oh. Oh, Ossification. Sure, that's fine. That's okay. Sure, you get your little poison token guy. Okay. Anything good? Herd Migration, Topiary Stomper, Ossification. Let's attack. I think we, at this point, we just attack with Trespasser as well. Draw creature cards from all graveyards on the battlefield. Oh, no, we just do this then. We just wait. Opponent still doesn't understand. It has to be 4 things. If they'd have put one more creature, they could have killed that Glissa. They're probably super frustrated right now, and I wouldn't blame them. Like, if you just don't know what a card does, like, that's super annoying. I'm going to remove that just so this has flying, and if something goes sideways, we still have an out next turn. Binding. Alright, get rid of the enchantment. Sure. That's going to be it anyway. Oh, not really, not really. Because we need to be able to... Well, now it is. Though, sure. Wow, we have so many options right now. wasn't anticipating that being a thing. I guess we just get rid of a creature and attack, though. Exile this. Because it's an enchantment. And then we attack. Exiling multiple things. Get a Topiary Stomper. Get... Yep. That'll do it. Alright, let's go. See what we can do with this. Alright, hey, I actually get to kill something with a cut down. I feel good. That's a good way to start. We don't get too many of those around here. Don't know why we don't. We just don't. Alright, let's kill that guy. You know the worst part is, I know when we play Phyrexian Obliterator, it's actually just going to get exiled. Like, that's like the worst feeling. Like, we know what's happening, right? Sacrifice a non-token creature. I mean, we still got to do it. We're not going to not do it if we're able to, but like, we know. I mean, unless maybe they're holding all Ossification. Well, even Ossification gets rid of it. Yeah, it didn't even matter. Okay, that was the nicest thing that could have happened. Thank you. We're going to attack, because that's lots many. Okay, not sure what the opponent's hand is with no... I would assume if you had exile spells, you would have went for that there, right? I mean, they could also just double ossify, but they didn't have that. Okay, let's see if these get to do anything. So far, that's a big negative. That's not a bad card to have here, though. I assume we're going to be trying to kill a Jukai Naturalist, if I were guessing. No, not that at all. Okay, here's an interesting thing. Like, I could target that, but I'm actually not going to. I'm just going to use the Shieldred's Edict, since it makes them sacrifice. I thought about doing it and risking taking a toxin damage just to make them spend a card and then use this, but this just makes the most sense. And if we could find an untapped land for our Graveyard Trespasser, that would be great. I would much appreciate that. We would like that greatly. The deck doesn't give a damn what we like, though. Kept a risky two-land hand, and so far, not good. Alright, what else do we have to fight through? Nothing. Okay. Interesting they didn't play anything there, so I'm assuming their hand is all defensive spells, and they plan to protect the Rot Priest the whole way. Which, for the most part, is at least some reasonable game plan. We just happen to have a sacrifice effect in hand. But again, I think we could have targeted once, take a poison, targeted again. We had 2 removal cards here. Oh man, if they don't play anything, we have to flip this Trespasser. Business is about to get real. Yep, it looks like we're going to get to flip a Trespasser. Wow. Okay. We're going to attack. We're going to submit 0, because I might be able to remove that later to get bonus. Now I'm just going to go ahead and play this. Go find a swamp and play that swamp. So we'll be set up to try to do some stuff next turn, depending on what we draw. Alright, end the turn. Let's see what you got, opponent. Nothing. Wow. So their whole plan was protect that Rot Priest. Well, you know, on the one hand, I do genuinely feel a little bad for the opponent, but the other part of me says I'm actually not that mad because they're playing a toxic deck. We'll get rid of that. But boy, we could do some fun things with this if we had another land. Neither of us really has drawn much. We effectively both drew 3, and I had to search for one on my side. I mean, they're just looking for a creature to protect, I imagine, at this point. They have all enhancement and target spells. Alright, cool. Now we can start moving things forward a little bit. Let's attack. Exile, submit 0. We're going to go ahead and probably just play Shieldred here, I would think. And just make it a lethal clock now. Yep, that'll do it. Oh, goodness. I have a feeling that's bad. I don't know why. I'm just like, that didn't feel good at all. Let's go with this. Might end up being a good call if this is mono red. Yep. Could end up being a great call. Because that other hand, while Phyrexian Obliterator is really good against mono red, it also was going to be very slow. Yeah, no love for you either, Mr. Squee. And we get to remove Squee from the yard, so that's great. Love to see it. Alright, and they lose a card here. We can accept that. Ooh. Oh. It was a Thundering Raiju, so we know their hand is hot. Alright, going with this. We can't kill Shieldred easily, we know that. That's cute. We can use that later. And yeah, we're just gonna attack. I mean, even if the opponent decides to just kill Glissa and attack us, like, we don't care that much. Especially since we have Gix's command. Sword of Once and Future. Alright. Opponent loses their creature with the highest power, and we return 2 things. That's fine. We only have 1 thing, but it's good enough here. Yep, that'll do it. Oh, this is not good. I'm gonna mulligan. That's like the same hand, but worse. Alright, well, is what it is. Yeah, this is not gonna go well. Maybe we get to kill something worthwhile here? Nope, it's a graveyard trespasser. You know what? I am anyway, though. F it. Let's do it. I'm going to discard this. I have a feeling there's just going to be like a Liliana in our future anyway. But... and I'll regret getting rid of that, because here comes Shieldred. Nope, it is a Liliana. I was right the first time.
A fight? And you think you won't be outsmarting
Sure,
me?
I'm doing nothing with that. Whoa, malicious malfunction. Okay, that's a card. Okay, that's a thing. Yep. Yep.
One of your friends has to leave.
Okay, that's not the worst thing. I guess we got to get rid of our own creature here, though, right? Because we don't want them to have any of these, actually. Like, now I'm looking at it, I don't want them to have any of that. So, sure, we're just going to pass. Gonna have to discard Takenuma. Yeah, we can't win here. Yeah, opponent's basically playing what technically is probably a better version against us. So, like, yeah, and they know our hand here, basically, so no win. I mean, if it's another Cruelty of Gix, like, that's also bad. Alright. It's dead.
Haven't you ever heard of personal space?
Their own arena. Okay, well, this is interesting. Oh, boy. Alright, I mean, I'll get rid of my own Obliterator, I guess. I mean, I guess I could always return Liliana, too, right? Creature? Oh, no, it's just a creature. Not a creature or a planeswalker. Alright. Well, Glissa, you're alright. Okay, this is actually kind of okay, right? Because we get rid of Obliterator, because that's going to be the biggest problem. Then we can go ahead and fight this before they can do anything silly with it. Why spend the mana there? Alright. I don't think I really understood what happened. Okay, I mean, I guess they can just return Trespasser, but they might return the Evolved Sleeper here. I don't know. Have a Death Toucher. And they got plenty of mana. They might also want Glissa. Who knows? Okay, they did want Glissa. Hey, guess what? You get to discard another Glissa. Alright, underdog. Sure. Come on, need a real card here. That doesn't help much, sadly. Alright, all we can do is pass. Very disappointing. Yep. Like, Glissa going to get to do some business. You're going to get a card here. Because I did not find a removal card for her. Though we do play a lot. We found none. Alright, you got it. I mean, nothing I can do about it. Sure, you got a trespasser. You got it. Get rid of that. I'm going to go ahead and use this. Wow, we didn't even hit nothing. That was the worst case scenario. All right, GG's. We're basically dead now because we can't do anything. So yeah, that's it. That sucked. Okay, opponent goes first here. Yeah, let's try. Let's try. There's maybe some semblance of a chance this hand works out. It's going to be very slow. I mean, we kind of know what we're walking into. Okay. Nothing. Overseer. Huh. Wasn't totally expecting to see that, actually. I'm going to go ahead and use this, though. I mean, we know we're going to try to play Glissa next turn. And then we get to see what the opponent wants to do to eat. Probably Shieldred. And then we might get to, like, Phyrexian Obliterator target a thing the next turn. So that's okay, actually. Let's attack. And we're going to take a card for sure. Neat. I think we still just go with this. Alright, they had to destroy evil. Fair enough. That limits their options here, but they might tap out for us. If they do, that'd be great, because then we can go with Phyrexian Obliterator, which I would really like to. I don't know how likely that is, so I think we're going to slow roll the Obliterator here. Yeah, we'll draw. Cool. We get flying. Look at that. That's a nice little bonus. The other thing we have to remember, too, is they have hexproof with the Reformer out there. So that's a real thing. Let's try to kill Giada, see if they want to protect that. Slip out the back. That is good to know that they are playing that. That makes Obliterator shenanigans not so cool anymore, huh? Alright. Let's see what you got. Is there a counter over there? Oh, is it a Disdainful Stroke? Sure. I can dig that. Alright. Well, now we don't have anything else better to do. And then we attack. We get Vigilance and Flying, which we already have, but that's fine. We will draw a card. Nice. Love to see it. Alright, what's the big angel we got to deal with here? Overseer is a little bigger now. We are able to block, though. But, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I think we want to do this. See if it draws another Disdainful Stroke, which it probably does. Fair enough. And then we kill this. Then we attack, because that's a lot of damage, right? And our Urborg Scavengers not only gets to block, but is also protected from Wandering Emperor shenanigans, which is great. Love to see it. We basically made our own angel. And I'm not mad about it. Sure, I'm blocking. If you also get to... Yeah, Iganjo's fine, whatever. Like, we can live with that. Even better. I was not expecting that, but I will take it. And then we're going to go with this, and we're going to go back to flying. Because that seemed like fun. And we're going to attack. And we're going to draw a card. Alright, don't need a backup Glissa, but that's good enough. Invasion of Gobakhan does nothing, and that is going to be the game. Ooh, good one. Sure. This has got to be worth something. And I don't mind this because, like, if it's a deck that's probably a little slower or control style, then we can try to go for Arena. If it's something like, let's say, a soldier deck, as an example, then we can go with Glissa. And that actually works double, because then if they have something like Brutal Cathar, they get rid of Glissa. Okay, well, they don't have any of those things, so none of this matters. But it could have. Alright, they're passing. We're going to go ahead and make them lose that. And I'm going to go ahead and play this now, because I'm going to assume we're in a... some type of strategy war here. Alright, that's not bad. Not totally what we wanted either, though. Sure. In the turn. I mean, it's kind of all we can do here. We can't afford to lose our Phyrexian Arena when we don't even have land to play cards, and we still don't. Like, we're playing this. We know they have a removal card because they've done nothing else, but... Whoa, wait, do they not? Oh, goodness. What hand do you keep where it's just those two and nothing? Oh, it's Gix's command. Alright, fair, I guess. That counts for something. Like, that at least does a thing. Let's see. If they play this and use it, then I'm assuming they're going to kill... If they do that, what are they removing? Probably Obliterator, right? So we just go with this. If they do anything else and don't kill Shieldred... Ooh, oh, we get to Obliterator that. That is so much better. Oh, that is... Please. Well, I don't even care. Well, maybe. That could still be bad, actually. Yeah, we're going to go for it, though. I mean, if they have it, they have it. If they have a way to protect their duder, so be it. But they don't. There goes their board, friends. Yep. Okay. Ooh. You know, I'm going to keep it, but this is a very questionable keep, considering after I play the Shieldred's Edict, I'm not really doing anything. Oh, boy. Alright. I guess we're going to play this and then go search. Of course, because I'm searching, the next card I get is going to be a land, because, you know, laws of magic, but I think it's still the right thing to do there. Let's go ahead and get rid of that guy. We'll see what kind of mana they have. Because we do get to play Shieldred on back-to-back turns here, and that's fine. Even if their plan is just to, like, play this guy, play a land, Invasion of Zendikar, because it tends to be the theme these days. The pattern. Nope, it's a Vorinclex this time, though. That's cool. Alright, you got a Vorinclex. What do we wish to do? Probably just attack with Shieldred, huh? That makes sense. Oh, really? That was random bonus action I wasn't expecting. Alright. Maybe they just have another one, be my guess. Nope. Though if I did think that, if I'd have slowed down and thought they might have had another one, the best play realistically was to just play a Phyrexian Obliterator. Even here. But it's whatever. But that would have been the better play though, for sure. Let's cancel that. We're just going to do this. No need to take damage here. Might as well attack. Like, what the hell? They can double block. We kill one. And then they'll have to block with something else to kill our Obliterator? I mean, you could fight it. I ain't mad at that. Titan, you got it. You can do the dang thing, Mr. Titan. So we're going to cost them 7 land. Hopefully, we'll see. We'll see. Fight spell? No fight spell. But that's actually not bad either, though. Let's attack, see what they decide to do. Nothing. Great. Love it. And I think all we can get is reach. We can get vigilance. Oh, we can get trample and reach. Alright, let's get that. Not that it matters. They've got 4/4s anyway, so until we're at least 5/5, it didn't do anything. Nissa, that is an overrun, friend. That should be enough to kill us. 28 and 17 is 30 plus, but, you know, we do what we can do. And then we just get overrun into oblivion, which is what should happen there, honestly. We didn't draw removal spells, and we deserve to die. Alright, we'll keep it. Do. Is this mono black? Let's see if they play another color. Nope, it's green-black. I was about to say maybe we're playing the same things, but we're definitely not playing Llanowar Loam Speaker over here. Hey, some black mana. Awesome. Exactly what we needed here. I'm going to go ahead and just play this. And then we're probably going to just test the waters with the scavenger. Oh no, never mind. We are getting rid of that. That is way scarier. Like, I don't know what we were going to do, but I know what we're doing now. That is way more of a problem. Let's just get rid of that before things get out of hand. Fortunately, we can still kill a creature. And opponent scoops. Okay, that was an easy one. Ooh, you know what? Let's keep this. We'll see if we can get by with Phyrexian Arena or not. I mean, we're also hoping that Cut Down isn't a dead card in this match, but maybe it does something. Well, if there's a matchup it's going to do something, it might be this one. Come on, big money. Let us kill a thing right now. That is a thing worth killing. I will take it. I don't want to waste Glissa here necessarily, so if they have a lightning strike, I'd rather do that. Hey, we do get haste though here, so we do get a shot in. So it's a 4/4. Check that out. That's cool. So now it's too big to be lightning struck. Lightning striked? Whatever. Get hit for 3. You know what I'm saying. This is good. This is a very good thing. That's an even better thing. So we're definitely attacking again. Wow, we're at 19 on turn 4. That is great against the red deck. Not to say they can't still kill you from there, but you start feeling kind of good. All right, opponent goes to 12. We're going to go ahead and play this. So they're going to have to waste 2 cards to kill it if they've got it. Have to be on their next turn. Or, that's not true. I guess they could also have, like, deal 5 damage to it. With Servo, whatever, or Nahiri's Warcrafting, or whatever. But opponent is going to go to 10 at least. Alright, Squee, you got it. You get to be a 3-3 boss that's just going to stare at the board, I guess. Yeah, this worked out great for us. I thought we might have a slow hand against mono red, but we got that one. Yeah, this is a solid keep. Let's roll. Get to kill something and then remove it with scavengers, hopefully. I don't know what we're going to do after that, but it's at least a reasonable plan to start with. At least it seems like a reasonable plan to start with. Let's see what happens. Do we get to kill something? We don't get to kill anything. So, I guess... Yeah, let's go with this. I was just thinking about what possible future turns could look like, but I was thinking I might get to fight something and do something with Harvester, but that doesn't appear to be a thing. Yeah, and I'm testing 2 underdogs in this game to see how I feel about it. I guess I can just leave Harvester. It's mostly fine. Yeah, I don't necessarily want to waste a card on it. I was just thinking about, like, do I want to do that and fight or not? But I don't think we do. And I'm not 100% sure what the opponent's doing here with their colors and everything else. I mean, there's some green over here. Alright, I mean, they have cards to discard here. So that's, oh, they're playing a tie. So they're doing the Reanimator thing. Sweet. So, yeah, this is right up our alley then. Alright, we did get another land. And since we have 2 Shieldreds, I'm going to go ahead and hit that up. Get rid of that creature. And I think once we remove the Atali, that's probably going to take away any real options they have. Though they could have another, like, Go for the Throat here or something. Okay, yeah, exactly. So that's fine. Alright, well, we got our removal packages. So we're going to get rid of an Atali. Opponent's going to go ahead and hit us up with a cut down. Makes sense. Still got what we wanted out of that for the most part. And then we'll try this underdog. Alright, they're going to commune. Probably to go get another land. They have 5 cards in graveyard. Ah, Glissa's nice. Don't mind that. We will play a Glissa. And then I'm just going to go search for a land with one of these, actually. Just open up some options. We have enough kill spells. So we're not going to worry about that too much. And this still gives us mana to use a Go for the Throat. They don't have anything good to reanimate right now, so, I mean, they can get back a Blood Tithe Harvester, but, yeah, this thing's definitely not going to cut it. Yep, and that'll do it. So, yeah, this deck played out a lot like what I expected, but the concern I have is I felt like a couple of games we still wanted just a little bit of something else. And what I'm thinking is we probably want like 2 underdogs. The problem is I don't know where they go because we don't want to get rid of our removal, right? That's cut down, go for the throat, Shieldred's Edict, tear asunder. So that's a little bit tough. We're only playing 2 Phyrexian Arenas, and they've actually come in pretty handy. Granted, we don't have a lot of life gain for those, but if we do get a Shieldred down, the Apocalypse, like, that helps. Only thing I'm thinking is maybe we get rid of a Bushwhack, though that does take away some of our power from Phyrexian Obliterator. Or we cut, like, a Gix's Command. Because there were a couple times it wasn't particularly great, and in some of those circumstances, if we also just had a underdog, we would have been better off anyway, just having like a blocker or something to continually attack with and get us extra cards. So I think I'm willing to cut 1 Gix's Command, which could be, you know, controversial call there. And I think we have 25 lands. So we have 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and 8. So we're only at 24. However, we really didn't have mana troubles at all. And if we don't cut a Bushwhack, I think we can play 61 and play 2 underdog. So I think that's what I'm going to do. If you don't like 61, cut 1 of anything and play it, but I think I'm fine with this. So we've got 2 cut down, 3 Bushwhack, 3 go for the throat, 3 Shieldred's Edict, 2 Tenacious Underdog, 3 Tear Asunder, 3 Trespasser, 2 Phyrexian Arena, 3 Urborg Scavengers, 3 Glissa Sunslayer, 3 Phyrexian Obliterator, 3 Shieldred, 2 Gix's Command, 2 regular Shieldred, 11 Swamps, 1 Takenuma, 2 Boseiju, 2 Forest, 4 Deathcap Glade, 4 Llanowar Waste. I will also say this too, we didn't have a lot of green cards, so like maybe having 8, 9, 10 sources is enough for 9 cards, and you could cut a regular forest to play another swamp, and that would smooth out your mana and let you be able to play a Phyrexian Obliterator a little more regularly, honestly. You know what, I might even do that. I might just say, you know what, 8, 9, 10, 11 sources, good enough. I think that's what we go with. But yeah, overall, this was actually a lot of fun. And I really like the Urborg Scavengers, honestly. It did quite a bit of work in our games. So yeah, overall, I thought this was pretty good. I think you could potentially be susceptible to the hyper aggro decks, but you do have a decent amount of cheap early removal. So that kind of balances out. If you get the removal, you're probably okay. But the flip side of that is, realistically, I think while you can handle those, some of the control decks may be a little bit of a problem, because you do have situations where like your cut down's not going to be very good, your go for the throat has almost no real targets, right? So that's a little bit disappointing. But on the other hand, you have stuff like Shieldred's Edict, which is very good, and then the big Shieldred that can also make them sacrifice Planeswalkers. So the deck has ways to deal with a lot of things, which is kind of nice. It's checking a lot of boxes while not really having any super crazy cards outside of like Shieldred the Apocalypse, which is pretty cool. So yeah, if you have these cards, I say go for it and give it a shot. You might be surprised. And now for today's card spotlight, we're going to talk about Bearscape. Mostly because this is just like a cool, simple enchantment that I don't really see enough. Because honestly, I feel like there's a lot of games in Commander where maybe the board's gotten swept and your graveyard's been building up. If you had this in play, then during your opponent's end step, you just pay 2, pay 2, pay 2, whatever, get a bunch of 2/2s and give yourself a chance to win. It could be kind of a surprising card, and it's easy to play in a lot of decks. So yeah, if you haven't played Bearscape, maybe pick yourself up one and give it a try. These are all under $5, I'm pretty sure, anywhere you want to pick one up. And if you're into Golgari decks and you enjoyed this, you might like this other deck where we just went hard on the ramp and played both Nissas and really went nuts. But that's all I have for you for now. We'll see you next time.